What's up, Reefers? Welcome to another episode of Alex Pora Corals. I'm Alex Wilson, your host, and I have more of the good, the bad, and the ugly, and with the special manure reefing series. That's right, you heard it right. Chicken manure, dehydrated chicken manure, adding those to my aquariums and seeing what's happening. So here we go, without further ado. Alright, yeah, it's been a couple days, so here's the display aquarium. And no ill effects thus far of adding the chicken manure. The display aquarium, I tested it using the new Salifert potassium test kit, and it's showing 300, no, it's showing 410 parts per million. And so that's, I've heard the ideal levels are 400 parts per million, and then there's also Chris Meckley of ACI Aquaculture. He seems to recommend levels of up to 450 parts per million of phosphate, but not any much higher than that. But that's I'm going to go ahead and I bought this the Brightwell phosphate in the powder mix, so I can mix that up and then I can add that and boost it up to the 450 parts per million of the phosphate. And so, on the quarantine aquarium, it's a little lower at 380 parts per million on the potassium. So on the potassium, I'm going to go ahead and dose that one up there as well, the same thing. And the same thing goes with the nitrates and the phosphates. So far, no ill effects as far as I can tell. As far as dosing the chicken manure, it dissolves right away. One interesting thing, not only do the copepods eat it, but the yellow tang eats it. Poor guy, he eats his own poop too, so that's something he doesn't like to talk about too much. Kind of embarrassing. But yeah, chicken manure too, he eats it a little bit as well. So I guess no ill effects yet on the yellow tang either. And of course, still got plenty of browns here. Browns and greens is definitely. It's been definitely got a good amount of diatoms on the glass itself. Have to clean it daily. And it's definitely because of that too. Just the tinge to the brown. I'm not running any inactivated or carbon or anything at the moment. And yeah, on the pH over here, the pH, check it out. It's 8.25 right now, and it did get kind of decalibrated by a couple degrees, so it was showing 8.2, more like 8.4, so it was like 2 degrees off right there. So I just adjusted it down a little bit. So there it is. It tops out like at about 8.35 during the day. Yeah, and this one's probably a notch lower. See at 8.3 probably during the day. Right now it's 8.2. So update on the system is looking good. Same thing. The crazy like clam, huge clam, right? Discosoma clam is still alive. Thus so far you can see this little opening right there. That's a little slit of the opening, and it goes all the way around that whole piece of huge rock right there with the discosomas, this clam. And so still alive so far. And mushrooms are doing good, bubbles are doing good. Luckily the frog spawn here, this is the pink and green octo spawn. It's doing okay. The hammer's coming back a little bit better. It used to be a little even bigger than that, but so it looks like it's coming back. And I also noticed that the the frog spawn there in the back, it has like a piece. You can't see it right now. It's covering it up, but it has a piece on the flesh there on the side that's starting to pinch off. So I could tell that that's not pinch off entirely, just like creating like this round piece. And so I think that's where it's gonna start creating another branch right from there. So I'll keep an eye on that. I can see that at night. And the hammer, hopefully that'll get a little bit bigger. Mushrooms are looking a little bit closed today. Keep an eye on those guys. I increased the lighting in here from running the Ecotech XR15 Pro at 80%, and I just increased that to 90% because this is like the quarantine, but I'm trying to adjust them up to what the main display is at. So I'm gonna my goal is to get that up to 100%, right? But you know, I'm striking a balance here with the Acropora, you know, and especially the clamps. I like the extra light compared to everything else that likes moderate to low light levels, you know, with all the mushrooms and everything. But the green slimer is still doing good polyp extension and good color. And one thing I noticed last night as I was looking at it during the night, it says the biggest polyp extension I've ever seen on it, and it had the top polyps on it, and I think they're called the axial polyps. Really, they're out really far, and all of them were probably like a good twice as what they are right now, just along the base of it. So it's cool. Hopefully it's doing good. Keep an eye on it. And I also have right here abalone in the back right there. See him taking off. And a whole bunch of those guys everywhere. Whole bunch of the clams or snails. So keep an eye on them. Goniopora starting to come back. I have those three real small frags on there, so hopefully they'll come back. Clamps doing okay. Acantophilia is doing good, and the Heliofungia. So yeah, so that's it for this one, guys. I'm continuing to add the manure. I stopped with the Reef and the Benepets. I'm just gonna go with straight manure, and I'll be testing that again here in a couple days to see where the levels are at as far as nitrates and phosphates. So stay tuned, guys, and happy reefing. Bye.